Welcome back here on the Regional Radio Sports Network for Holy Cross College Soccer Media Day. That means our sports season just around the corner, and we're so glad that you've been able to come across here for Soccer Media Day. My name is Tanner Camp. So blessed to get to be here for a number of the Holy Cross College athletics and get to meet so many great people. And right here is one of those guys as well, Tristan Alfaro, of course, the senior from Mexico. And so, Tristan, great to see you. I know last year you did not get the chance to play due to an injury, and I kept checking in on you.
Yes,
it felt like it was coming close, but unfortunately never got that chance. But that's going to be a lot different this year. So first and foremost, tell us, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about this upcoming year?
It feels great, man. Obviously sitting out I probably haven't played over 400 since 400 days since my last game. So it's definitely exciting to get back with the team. I think we have a great group of guys coming in this year, and a couple key players we had out last year as well that are back this year. So it makes us feel very excited. And so far, the week and a half we've been in camp, it's been a great couple of days.
I talked to Coach Gallo about this. Look from your perspective. I mean, you've been part of that group that has seen this program go through so many changes. I mean, look at where Coach Gallo started and now where he's at. And not just from the wins and losses. Now let's take a look at the brand new field.
Yes, sir.
You get a scoreboard with the sound system. You get lights so you can play at any time of the day. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got the fence around. I mean, it looks, even though it's still the grass field, and I know that is always still in the mix, it just feels like a brand new atmosphere over there. Just talk a little bit from the player perspective that you got so many great alumni, former players, and parents who truly care about Holy Cross College men's soccer.
I think all the guys are very excited. I mean, every time we go out on the pitch, it's like it looks so much different than last year. Obviously, last year, years past, you just go out there and it's a pitch of grass, right? But now, even if it's little tiny details like adding the fence and lights, it makes it look much more like a stadium, and just brings the energy and vibes a lot better than how they used to be. It gets us really excited for playing games. And like you mentioned, we can play games at any time of the day, and night games under the lights, nothing beats that, man.
Talk a little bit about last year's senior group. I talked with Coach Gallo, and, it's hard to replace a guy like Juan Perez. A lot of goals, a lot of points, a lot of leadership, too. Isaac Filippo, an absolute menace up top there. And then another one of my favorite players that I've gotten to meet since doing this, Martin Fontoon, and what a blessing that he gets to go across the street and play at Notre Dame. Just talk a little bit about that senior group in general. Coach Gallo, and even you guys have made it adamant, it really starts with those seniors, and that group especially did a really nice job of bringing some great success here.
I mean, obviously all those group of guys, Kevin, Juan, Ike, Martin, like you mentioned, Archie, who also dealt with that injury last year. I think they really set down a foundation in this team and really set down standards and value that they only keep on continuing, and they continue on to the years past. And it's great to have such group of leaders that were part of that senior group that obviously I got to go under Martin's wing and all these other great guys, and I really got to learn a lot from them, and they only made me better and better each day, and I want to transfer that over to these next group of guys that are coming in. But they really set down a foundation, and they've set down a great team culture that we've only continued to embrace it here as a team.
Talk a little bit about Coach Gallo. He's obviously, he embraces, trust the process. Why not Holy Cross College? And that was adamant last year. All you do is go to Judson, you end up getting a major upset, and you went toe-to-toe with Trinity Christian. I told Coach Gallo, if you play that match 10 times, it probably could have been split 5-5, and he said, ironically enough, with the 5 ties that happened in conference play last year. Talk a little bit about what Coach Gallo has meant to you. I tell you what, he is someone that when you start, it's going to be aggressive. He's going to go right at you. But when you leave this campus under his direction, you're going to turn out to be a much, much better person.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy. What can I say? I remember coming in my freshman year, never really had a coach as aggressive and passionate as him. So it was something new to me. But, I mean, I adjusted well, and years passed. I mean, our relationship has only grown stronger on and off the field. He's a great guy, really cares for us as student athletes, and especially off the field. Whatever you need, little things, we can count on our coach, and it really means a lot to the guys, especially to guys that are away from home, right? He gives you that father figure, and he shows you that he cares about you, not just as athletes. And honestly, it's made me feel very welcome, and it's made me feel at home, far away from home. So, I mean, great coach, great guy on the field, and really can't thank him much more than that.
Now let's talk about the roster. Obviously, a lot of other young guys, 29 players, his largest group ever, and that shows how much this program's grown. You know, one of only 5 seniors, but a lot of really good players. And, of course, when people look at this group, they're going to look at Nathan Sanchez. Obviously, broke out in a big, big way last year, and I think he's expected to have another big year, played and started every single match. How about second-team all-conference?
Yes,
talk a little bit about some of the other players from your perspective that you feel need to have a good season in order for the Saints to see success.
I mean, yeah, like you said, we have Nathan Sanchez, but I mean, I think, you know, soccer is a team sport, right? Everyone has to be there involved, and I mean, we have guys like Diego Blunt, key character, who broke out mid-season as our starting right back, and he's been performing well since then. He got to play with Northern Indiana this summer, so you know he's only gotten better. We have guys like Aiden Medina came back a lot much different than he was last year as a freshman. He's grown a lot, so it's been feeling good. And then, you know, one of our most excited guys that we're excited to play, we have Diego Martinez, who unfortunately wasn't eligible last year, freshman year. Fractured his ankle, so he hasn't actually gotten to play a conference game. So, you know, guys like that are key players, and that we're excited for them to come back, because we know without them, you know, that there's missing pieces to the puzzle. But now we have all these great returners that we know we can count on them, and then it's only going to go up from there, yeah.
So when we take a look now at the schedule, obviously, you know, you got your CCAC games. Those are important. When you look at it from yourself personally in your final go-around, is there one particular match, whether non-conference or conference, that you're looking and you've got circled in red Sharpie, like, if nothing else, I want to beat this team in my final go-around? Is there any team that stands out that you really want to beat?
I mean, you know, we always talk about our crosstown rivalry against Bethel. It's always, as much as I love the guys from over there, you know, I also got to play with Northern Indiana this summer, and a lot of Bethel guys, you know, great guys, but at the end of the day, it's a crosstown, and you know that's always an exciting game, and we always want to beat them. So definitely one of those. And I mean, obviously we got to play Loyola this year, D1. You know, it's never it's always rare. You know, we never get the chance to get to play a D1 school, right? It took us forever to play Notre Dame, and we got accomplished that about 2 years ago, and now we get another go at a top D1 school. You know, we don't get to experience that here at Holy Cross on the daily, so it's very exciting. But definitely, I think Bethel and Loyola are games that I'm very excited to play.
You know, Tristan, talk a little bit about the CCSE. Obviously, the Kings last year were Governor State, and they have such a great style. Their head coach has done a tremendous job. Obviously, Judson, had a good season, and then you guys came in and gave them a little upset. Talk about the CCAC in general. It's always good. You want a good conference that's challenging you day in and day out. And I tell you what, even your teams that are near the bottom of the standings, you cannot take lightly, because any given day. So just talk a little bit about the challenging conference of the CCAC.
I mean, CCAC, it's probably got to be one of the toughest conferences we have in the NAIA. I mean, guys from all over, and like you said, even the schools that are in bottom of the table, you can't take them lightly, right? I think all the schools have a diverse group of players, and each player brings different talents, right? We have a lot of schools that have a lot of older guys, and then you look at Holy Cross, we have a lot of younger guys. So there's a mix of talent in the CCAC, and I think each team is a great team, right? That's why the conference, the tables show how close the tables were, right? And like we said, I think as long as we make it a playoff, doesn't really matter what seed we get, because we know we can fight against each and one of these schools, and we demonstrated that last year. But I think CCAC is definitely it's a great competitive conference where you can definitely elevate your game at.
Tristan, for you personally, I'll ask about the team in a little bit, but for you personally, what would define for you as a great final year? Again, you've battled injuries, but you've stayed so loyal to this team under Coach Gallo. I love our interactions. We get to talk and just catch up, and I'm so looking forward to seeing you back on the field. What would be defined as a successful season for you personally here in your last season with Omar Gallo and the Saints?
I mean, I think us and Coach, we always preach about we want to make it to that national tournament, right? And we've fallen short many times, but I think this year we really stressed on we want to make it to that final, but we also stress about taking it day by day, right? I think at the end of the day, it's about the friendships and the memories we create. It's the last year, and years past, I probably would have said, I have next year. Now it's that last year. So I think it's just really taking it day by day, enjoying practices day by day, making memories, things like that are really going to make my senior year a great one.
Well, let's give you a wrap-up here, Tristan, and it's going to be an open-ended and a fill-in-the-blank. The Holy Cross College Saints men's soccer team is going to be successful this year because, and what's the reason why?
I think if we stay disciplined and we stay true to our standards and values that we've put in as a team, if we do that day by day, our Holy Cross team will have a successful season.
Well, like I told you, Tristan, I'm just so looking forward and blessed to get to watch you play this year. If nothing else, just go have some fun. Would love to see a lot of great wins on that new field. If nothing else, I wish you the best of luck in the rest of the Saints. It has been a blessing to know you over the years, my friend.
Thank you so much, Tanner. Pleasure.
Once again, Tristan Alfaro, looking forward to watching him absolutely dominate on the field, and you can be sure to check it out on our website at rrsn.com. Again, here for Holy Cross College Soccer Media Day, my name is Tanner Camp. Don't forget to check out all Saints Athletics once again on rrsn.com. Special thanks to Fred Maxey for his great work behind the scenes and making sure that everything's running nice and smooth here in Notre Dame, Indiana. Back for more Holy Cross College Soccer Media Day right here on the Regional Radio Sports Network.